Hi everyone, I hope you're well. I wanted to put a quick video together today to talk about giving up. Obviously not because I want you to, but because I want you to have a think about the things that in the past might have caused you to give up. And I was thinking about this the other day because we all set ourselves expectations, don't we? So we have expectations regarding the type of maybe diet or weight loss system that we're going to be using. We've got expectations about whether that's going to be difficult or easy to follow, or what it's going to involve. And coupled with that, we then have the expectation of our weight loss, how much we think it's acceptable to lose. So, for example, if you were to be doing a really quite difficult, unsustainable diet plan, one of these fad diets that requires you to just eat one thing or a selection of small things, and let's say that you find that really difficult, and then you get on the scales at the end of whether it be a week or, as you know, in my case, I weigh every 3 to 4 weeks, but you get on and the number that comes back at you doesn't equal what you feel you've put in effort-wise. And so it therefore feels, well, that's it. I've put all this effort in for what? For a measly couple of pounds? What's that? And I think that's one of the areas where people do give up. I've certainly been, guilty of that in the past. And it's something that I think if we think about and plan for, then actually we can help prevent that blip in the road that stops us from carrying on. Because as you know from my videos before, the one key thing that I say is absolutely crucial for you to get success in this plan is for you to carry on. You have a bad day, you carry on. You get on the scales and it doesn't say what you're hoping for, but what do? You have to carry on. Now, I wanted to talk to you just about this in a little bit more detail, because one person's expectation of what's acceptable and what's success isn't necessarily another's. So, for example, I had somebody message me the other day. Now, they'd had what I would think was a good weight loss, but in actual fact, they were disappointed. They hadn't weighed themselves for about a month, and in that time, they'd lost 5 pounds, and in their head, they thought it was going to be more than that. Now, I personally think 5 pounds in a month is great. Me, what I do, and what I suggest you do as well, go and get some kitchen scales, put them on the side, then go and grab things and weigh it and equal 5 pounds. Then lift it up and you'll go, good God, I've lost all of that. It got to the stage with my weight loss when I lost 13.5 stone that I was doing that and I was passing it to my partner and saying, hold that, see how much that weighs, that's how much I've lost. As you can tell, it didn't take long until he said, I ain't picking that up anymore. And to think that I was carrying it all around. Anyway, I digress. My point is this. You need to have a think about actually any weight loss is really positive. Any weight loss also means that you're not putting it on. So the way that I think about it is if I've lost 5 pounds, I haven't just lost 5 pounds, because actually carrying on eating the way that I would have been before, I might have actually put on another 2 or 3. So actually that 5 pounds is probably a bit more like 8 in terms of how much I've saved myself had I have not been doing it. So that's one way to think of it. The other way is remembering that when we're following a system such as Paul McKenna's I Can Make You Thin, it's a really common sense, easy system to follow. And in fact, out of all of the different ways of losing weight, this is the one that allows you to just integrate it into your everyday life much easier, in a much more sustainable way than any of the fad diets. Or, I used to hate having to get my calculator out and calculating how many points or sins or anything like that. We don't need to do that. It's easy. So in actual fact, let's just think about this. If we're doing something like Paul McKenna, I Can Make You Thin, which isn't painful, then why are we expecting massive, massive weight losses? We want something that's going to be sustainable in the long term. And we all know that to lose it slowly but surely is the best way forward. So what I want you to do is stop putting expectations on numbers and going, right, well, this is only worthy of my effort if I lose half a stone or a stone or whatever it might be, whatever's in your head. I want you to take that away. What I want you to do is look at this on a much longer term basis. Like I've said to you before, this isn't a diet plan. This isn't something that you go on and fall off. This is something that you do for life. It is a relationship with food. And like I've said to you before, like a marriage, you don't let 1, 2 or 3 bad days ruin what is essentially a beautiful relationship. So have a think about that. Stop putting high expectations on yourself. Be really happy with any weight loss and keep on going. What I will say is that greater weight loss is achievable the more effort you put in. So, for example, we've talked before about Eat What You Want. And as you know, I decided to change from having wine to Bacardi because wine was 200 calories a glass, Bacardi is 50 calories a glass. And therefore I knew it was going to help me on my weight loss journey. Now, some people said, yes, but that's going against having what you want. If you want wine, surely you should have wine. Yes, I agree, except that I want weight loss more than I want wine. So I was willing to find other ways, other alternatives to help me on my journey. So what I would say is it depends on sort of, I guess, how much your will is to change what you're eating as well. Because when we eat what we want, I think over time, what you want begins to change because you recognise that you do want healthier things that are going to help you lose weight. So there's a couple of things for you to think about there. I hope it's been helpful, but as ever, I hope you're all well and that you have an amazing weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care then. Bye-bye.